Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Force here with some more Friday Night Magic, and today we will be playing the Sultai discard deck from Hakeem of No Goblins Allowed. This hand is okay, but not great, so we're going to draw a new one. And I'm going to keep this because of the Elvish Visionary and because we've got a nice spread of tap lands. So we'll start off here with the... Let's actually start off with the Dimir Guildgate, and then next turn we can play the Forest and get our Elvish Visionary in play. So this is Sultai discard. It's a very sort of late game techie deck with some combinations specifically revolving around Species Gorger, which bounces your creatures back to your hand, and then creatures that have enter the battlefield effects, such as the Elvish Visionary, or there's Dinrova Horror, and Liliana Spectre, a bunch of different things. But the idea is that, yeah, we've got these creatures that have awesome effects when they come into play, and then we bounce them back and play them again, forcing our opponent to discard, removing their creatures, fun stuff like that. So he's got the Jade Mage, which he can tap 3 to put a token in play. I'm trying to think about what I want to do here, actually. I might play the Vapor Snag or Voyage's End just for more card draw. I think I'm going to do that, actually. Okay, so we're going to play a Vapor Snag. We're going to bounce this back. We do lose a life in the process, but I want to get into... I want to be drawing into some of my answers, some of my stuff here. So then we replay it, draw a card, and we get a Liliana Spectre. Okay, so that's not so bad. So we get a Liliana Spectre now. So now next turn we can play a Liliana Spectre, force him to discard, and then if we want, we can Voyage his End, bouncing it back, and then replaying it, forcing him to discard again. He plays a Mentor of the Meek, which is quite the bummer. I might actually just force that back into his hand. Yeah, I'm going to play Liliana Spectre, force him to discard, and I'm going to Vapor Snag his Mentor of the Meek. I guess I can wait, though, until he tries to play a creature, because I'll be able to bounce it back before he can trigger the effect. I believe so, anyways. He goes ahead and discards a Phantom General, which pumps up any tokens that he has. I'm going to just pass the turn on over to him. So yeah, we can use our bounce offensively. We can use it defensively. There's all sorts of different options for us. But if he tries to play a small creature and has the mana... Okay, so we're going to go ahead and Vapor Snag his... We're going to Vapor Snag his Mentor of the Meek so he doesn't get the benefit of being able to draw a card. His creature does resolve, though, so the Attendant comes into play, plus gives him a token. And I don't expect him to attack. No, he will not. Oh, good, another Elvish Visionary. Let's play this Elvish Visionary here, see what we draw into, and then decide what we want to do from there. Another Voyage's End there. Let's go ahead and play just one of our tap gates. I guess we'll play the Simic Guildgate. And then we're going to attack with our 2/1. And what I'm thinking of doing is before the end of my turn, I'll Voyage my Liliana Spectre. And that way next turn we can play it again and force him to discard. Okay, let's pass the turn. Back on over to you. Over to you, Johnny. I mean, Saxo. So he's going to attack with a 2/2 and a 1/1. We will block the 1/1. And we'll take the 2. Okay, so damage effects resolve. Both of our creatures die. His 2/2 goes through. And let's see what he tries to play here. Is he going to try to replay Mentor of the Meek? Yes, he will. We're just going to let that resolve. There's not a huge reason not to. Oh no! I didn't pause the game to Voyage's End my creature in time, so that sucks. That's a huge bummer, to be honest with you. We're going to attack him for 2. And I could bounce it back and then replay it, but then I wouldn't have mana to bounce back his Mentor of the Meek. So I'm just going to pass the turn. That really sucks. I should have been able to do that. I just didn't hit the pause button in time before the end of his turn. That's a huge bummer. All right, so let's see what he tries to do here. Gonna attack with a Mentor as well as his 2/2. We're just gonna let those go through. And let's see what else he tries to do here. He's going to play a Doubling Season. That's an enchantment. Okay, so that's just going to resolve. And now I'm contemplating if I want to Voyage's End. Actually, I still do. We're gonna Voyage's End this. And then what we're gonna be doing is we'll play Dinrova Horror. And yeah, I keep that at the top. And we're gonna bounce back his Jade Mage. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and play Dinrova Horror. So 4/4 comes into play. We get to bounce a permanent back to the owner's hand. And actually, you know what? We should bounce back the Doubling Season. And then it forces him to discard a card. Now, he doesn't have to discard the card that we're bouncing, but he'll have to discard something. And the idea is that with all this discard that we have, we'll eventually, once we can bring back Dinrova Horror and replay it, we can basically choose to get rid of certain permanents. And he actually leaves the game. That's interesting. He must have not a lot of stuff in his hand if he chooses to leave the game. Because we don't necessarily have anything. I mean, yes, we've got a 4/4 in play, but I can't imagine that would be enough to have him leave. A little wary of what this attack here, so I'm not going to block with my Dinrova Horror. I'm just going to take the 2. Yeah, so that's the sort of stuff that I was worried about, because he could have killed my Dinrova Horror there. But now, unfortunately, we do take 5 damage. I am astonished that that dude left. That is really surprising to me. Because he's like, he could win still. So that is very surprising to me. We could get the 6/6. Being your upkeep, we take a creature from our graveyard, put it in the battlefield. That's not a bad idea, actually. Plus, it's a huge creature to play. And I think I just need to save for blockers right now, so I am not going to attack with anything. I'm a little too concerned if he's got another one of these pump-up spells that I could really be screwed. Oh yeah, that's right. This card also forces the opponent to sack a creature. That is way too funny. I did not even realize that. Okay, during our upkeep, we get to grab a creature back in play. This card is so OP. Draw a card from replaying him. We got another Dinrova Horror that we could play. We also have a Liliana Spectre. Let's go ahead and play, let's play a Horror and bounce back his 4/4. Plus force him to discard a card. I don't want to attack with the Whispering one because it's a little too valuable. I can attack with the Dinrova Horror because if he blocks it, we can just pull it back during our upkeep with our Whispering one. So he's going to double block with this. And they both have first strike, which is very unfortunate for me. But again, during my upkeep, I can just pull one back. I can just pull one back during my upkeep, so... During his upkeep, he's forced to sacrifice. He's going to make a token and then probably sacrifice this guy. Oh, he sacrifices the token. That's obviously, duh. Play a Evangel. We'll take back our Dinrova Horror. We will bounce this back, also forcing him to discard a card. We draw a card for the turn. Go ahead and play Liliana Spectre, forcing him to discard a card. We'll go ahead and play Voyage's End, bouncing back this. And scrying for 1. We're going to put that at the bottom. And we're going to play Elvish Visionary, drawing the card that was beneath the card we just scryed. Which looks like it's just a land, which is a bummer. And we can attack him now with both of these safely. And I'll attack him with a Dinrova Horror too, because again, if he double blocks, that's fine. We can just pull it back during our upkeep. Alright, blocks 1 of each, takes the 2. He's got no more creatures in play, and unless there is board clear coming up here, we're just going to win next turn. That's not board clear. It's a 4/4, but that's not enough, because we have way too many creatures in play. So that is going to be game number 1. Let's pull back a Visionary. Sure, thank you. This card is ridiculous. This card is so ridiculous. During their upkeep, they have to sacrifice something. During our upkeep, we get something back. And just for the heck of it, just for giggles, I'm going to play Brain Maggot. I want to see what's in his hand. I really am astonished that he ended up leaving. Alright, so we take the Doubling Season. And then what we can do is I can, just for the lulz, we're going to Vapor Snag our 2/1. This is so unnecessary. And we're going to play the Liliana Spectre to force him to discard the 1 remaining card in his hand. Yes! I mean, this is called the Sultai discard deck. How could we not fully take advantage of all of the discard that it has to offer? How could we not? How could we not? Let's move on to another game. And no, thank you. That is not a good hand. This is a little bit better, though. We do have card draw, and one more land lets us play the Spectre. So let's keep this. So we'll start off here with our Guildgate. And then next turn we can Visionary. And then as long as we draw another land in the next 2 turns, then we'll be able to Spectre. Interested to see if he's running aggro. Yeah, it looks like he is. This is going to be a goblin aggressive deck here. That's a huge bummer. Alright, let's play the Elvish Visionary. Whenever another red creature enters the battlefield under your control, Foundry Street Denizen gets +1/+0 till end of turn. There's the land, good. So this means we'll be able to play our Spectre, and we're 1 land away from being able to play our Gatekeeper. A bummer is, though, we can't play the Vapor Snag. We need some blue mana to play the Vapor Snag pretty badly. There's a Pyromancer. Whenever an instant or sorcerer spell... Oh, he gets a 1/1. Wow. So that chains with the Denizen very well. I'm going to block and kill the Denizen. Because I'll be able to get rid of this. Potentially, if I get some mana here. I'll be able to get rid of the Pyromancer. That's not it, but we do have 2 turns of discard with our Liliana Spectre. So here's number 1. And if we can get 1 more mana to play a Gatekeeper, that's going to give us some breathing room, as it has it's a nice creature. It's a 2/4 creature, plus it gains us 7 life. So this could still work out. We just have to hold our breath, basically, and hope we draw into some mana. He's going to discard Act of Treason, which lets him steal a creature for the turn and hit us with it. So yeah, whenever he plays an instant or sorcery, he gets a 1/1 elemental token in play. So I mean, with that, he's probably running 4 shocks and a few other things like that. So he's gonna play a Krenko's Command, giving him 2 1/1s plus the 1/1 elemental. So now he's got quite the board of 1/1s here. If he attacked with a 2/1, I will probably block with the Spectre. So he can't do this anymore. I would imagine he won't attack with that, though. Yeah, there we go. Alright, I need card draw, so we're gonna play the Visionary. I just really need to dig for some more lands here. Pretty bad. There we go. Fortunately, it's a tap land, but c'est la vie. I will attack him for 2. The 1/1 will be used as a potential blocker for the young Pyromancer. And now I just kind of hope that he doesn't have another instant or sorcery for next turn, so that I'll be able to Vapor Snag his Pyromancer. Get the Species Gorger, which will be very nice, allowing us to bounce back the Visionary for card draw, or the... Oh my gosh, all of these 1/1s! These 1/1s coming out the woodwork! Holy crap. Well, luckily I'll get some creatures in play soon. I'm gonna let those go through. It's just 3 1/1s. We'll want to save the block for killing some important creature or blocking a larger creature. The 1/1s aren't worth trading for. Not worth trading for those little dinky dudes. There's a Lynx. That's not what we want. Right now, what I'm going to do is Spectre plus the bounce. We're going to do the Spectre like this. And then we'll be bouncing back his Pyromancer. And we're actually going to do that before the end of his turn. That way he can't, when he untaps his mana, he can't play an instant and get more triggers off the Pyromancer. That'd be really bad for me, so. And I will attack with the Spectre. Now we're sitting on 4 mana, so a Gatekeeper is probably a pretty decent play for next turn. He might just replay the Pyromancer. In fact, he probably will just replay the Pyromancer. This is pretty interesting here. Oh, plays a Goblin Rabble Master. Okay. That's actually dangerous, because that's going to swing me for a ton in an upcoming turn. All goblins are forced to attack here. Let's block one of his goblins. Block and kill one of his goblins. And let the rest go through. And I'm okay with the Rabble Master being in play. I can block it with one of my 2 Spectres. I don't expect him. He might have something to kill 1 Spectre, but probably not to kill 2. And I'm going to probably play the Gatekeeper as well. Yeah, alright, so we're gonna go Gatekeeper. Gain some life. 7 life to be exact. And plus it's a 2/4 creature, which is really nice. And we're gonna save both of our specters to block. You know what? Let's attack with 1. Because we also have the Gatekeeper to block his Rabble Master if need be. So, yeah, that's fine. And we can get some damage on him, bring him down to 13. That's fine. We got another Gatekeeper for next turn. Still have our Vapor Snag for bounce. We've got our Frost Links for creature lockdown. He plays the Pyromancer, which tells me he might just have a shock right now. He can trigger that with a Pyromancer, kill the Spectre. Alright, so he goes ahead and moves into combat phase. That's going to get that. Goblin's forced to attack. And let's see if he attacks with the Rabble Master as well. He does. So he probably has a shock. But that's fine. We're going to block. We're going to declare blocking so that at least the damage of the creature won't go through. And then we're going to block one of his goblins. So he's going to shock the Spectre here. But this damage is still negated. Oh, Coordinated Assault, actually. Which pumps up his creature +1/+0 and first strike until end of turn. I don't believe he has enough damage to kill me, though. So I think I'm okay. He gets to do 2 of them. Oh, he doesn't do it to his Rabble Master. What the hell? Oh, he did he? Yes, he did. Okay. Oh my gosh. He's got the damage. Okay. All right. So that's, I mean, it's not great, but it's not the worst. And this is actually a really good turn for us because we can play the Gatekeeper, gain 7 life, and then we've got the Void Snag for a bounce back. Question is, what do I bounce back? This is tough. I'm going to attack him for 2. And we're going to save the Vapor Snag for his turn. I'm going to wait and do it on his turn. Yeah. And now this is really interesting because when I play Species Gorger, I'm going to be able to keep bouncing back and replaying my Gatekeepers, which will be kind of amazing. That's continuous life gain, just over and over and over again. I just need to survive long enough for that to happen. That's the only thing. Alright, I'm gonna hold off on the Vapor Snag. I'm not gonna do it until after. Oh, this is what I wanted. Perfect. Okay, so he enchants his Goblin with the +2/+2, and then I just bounce it back. That's kind of hilarious. He's only got 2 cards in hand right now, so he gave a +2/+2 to his Rabble Master. I'm actually surprised he gave it to his Rabble Master, but we bounce it back, drops off the enchantment, it's back in his hand. He doesn't have enough mana to replay it right now. My only concern is if he's got like mass pump-ups for all of his creatures, but if I can just get a couple of turns to play Species Gorger and then keep replaying the Gatekeepers, I'll be pretty happy. And then I can just keep swinging him in the air for 2. Until so long as he doesn't shock my Spectre here. Alright, so he's going to attack with everything. I'm going to block. We'll block the Goblins. Block the Goblins there. And we're going to take 5 damage from his untapped Goblins. So the blocking the Goblins over the Elementals reduces the damage of his Rabble Master once it eventually comes back into play, because the more Goblins he has, the bigger Rabble Master can get. So that helps take care of that. And I think now we just Species Gorger. Yeah, we're going to Species Gorger. It gets us a 6/6 in play. Now the question is, can we live through next turn? If we can, the Species Gorger is going to allow us to keep gaining life. Keep gaining life. We're going to attack with a Spectre because I do want to keep chipping away at him as well. And my goodness. I just need to make sure the Species Gorger survives. He will. Because he's tapped out now. And now he has to swing. He's forced to swing with all of his goblins, plus he's tapped out. That seems like that was a mistake. What he just did, I think, was a pretty big mistake. I think he's making a huge mistake right now. So he's tapped out, so I can safely block all of these. I'm gonna block all of his goblins. I can block with all 3, and I don't have to worry about them dying. Even if he plays during his second main phase, he plays a land and shocks, it's not enough. All right, so we thin out his numbers even more. On tap upkeep, we get to choose to bounce back a creature. We're gonna bounce back one of our gatekeepers. We are going to replay a gatekeeper, gaining 7 life. And then I am saving the Spectre to block his Rabblemaster. So we're just gonna pass the turn. So again now, I can basically just keep gaining 7 life. But the thing is, he's also gonna keep getting creatures every turn with both his Rabblemaster and his Pyromancer. Foundry Street Denizen hurts. Actually, I could lose this game. I could very well lose this game because he's got such a wide board and my board is very narrow. And I have to be using my mana every turn if I want to replay my gatekeepers. So this could not go so well. He's attacking with the Rabblemaster. Are you serious? That seems like a terrible mistake. Okay. All right, we're gonna block the Rabblemaster. We're gonna block Goblin. Block him. Block him. Okay. So does he have a shock? Is that his last card in hand? Is he gonna shock our dude? Another coordinated assault. So he can pump up and first strike. So he's gonna do that to his Rabblemaster. And then one of his other creatures. Doesn't matter. He should do it to another creature that's hitting me. Okay. So he saves his Rabblemaster. He gets another token in play. He loses he loses a goblin and 2 elementals. Oh, he killed. Oh, right. Yeah. All right. We get to bounce back a gatekeeper. Replay a gatekeeper. Gain 7 life. I mean, this is. What I need to do is I need to start drawing a lot more mana because I don't know if I can keep this up forever. Although he is out of cards right now. So he's just relying on top decks. But he's got so much creature generation. A double Rabblemaster now. I'm gonna lose this game. I'm not gonna be able to outpace this. I can't. I'm not going to be able to outpace this damage. I don't see it happening. With a double Rabblemaster now. This is ridiculous. Okay, well I can block and kill one of those. Alright, so I'm gonna block and kill a Rabblemaster. Block and kill one of those. And then just block one of his goblins. That's fine. I can block this one. He can only do 1 extra damage with it, which isn't enough to kill this. Okay. So unfortunately I lose one of my gatekeepers here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna lose this game now. Because I haven't been drawing any lands. And I have to keep replaying my gatekeeper just to stay afloat. Arsonist gets to do a damage where he pleases. There it is. And untap upkeep, bounce back a gatekeeper. Where are our lands? Thank you. We can replay gatekeeper, or we can play 2 creatures, 2 Frostlinks. Yeah, let's play 2 Frostlinks actually. We're gonna bounce his Rabblemaster. And we're gonna bounce his Denizen. Oh, excuse me, tap. I don't know why I said bounce. So this taps him, keeps him tapped for the extra turn. So that's going to offset a lot of damage. That's probably going to offset more damage than I would have offset with the playing this Gatekeeper anyways. So I'm happy to toss that in play. Yeah, because he gets that pumped up, and if he played an instant or sorcery, and now we can block with these guys too. I just have to pray he doesn't have another coordinated assault right now. Basically. Just kind of have to pray he doesn't have another coordinated assault, otherwise I lose both of my frost links. That'd be really bad. I'm not going to block with both. I'm just going to block with one. If I lost both frost links, that'd be really, really bad. So, here it is. Does he really have another coordinated assault? Are you serious? That's insane. That would be his third one for this game. I'm assuming anyways, he's pausing. No, okay. We can force him to discard whatever's in his hand now. Which I think I might do. Unless he plays at second main phase, obviously, but... But do we need to Gatekeeper? Do I have to? Am I that low? I want to draw one more mana. Yes. So now I can do both. Alright, so we're going to play Gatekeeper. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. And then I can play Spectre or Frostlinks. Let's play the Spectre. I want to see what he held on to. I want to see what he held on to. This is the most insane game. He held on to a shock. Why didn't he just play it when I was forcing him to discard? What an idiot. What is he doing? He could have played it and killed anything. If he just, maybe he didn't pause in time. When Shortcutter enters the battlefield, target creature can't block this turn. So he's stopping my 6/6 from blocking right now. That's okay. Actually, this is great. So now we can kill off this thing. He's forced to attack with it because of the Rabblemaster. So we get to kill this. If he attacks with Rabblemaster, we'll kill that. He's got no cards in hand, so we know he can't do anything else. Wow. So it's turned around now. Now I feel like now I'm like I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win this game. For a while I was like he wins, but no. Now I win. He is really attacking with Rabblemaster? Are you serious? Wow. That's insane. He should not be attacking with Rabblemaster. It's gonna die anyways. Let's get rid of the Spectre. Well then let's bounce. Let's block one of his goblins. So the only creature we lose here is our Spectre. And he just threw away his Rabblemaster. He really shouldn't have done that. Because that Rabblemaster was helping keep him in the game. Now he's just completely done for as far as I'm concerned. Now he's just done. Gonna replay Gatekeeper. We've got a Voyage's End. I'm gonna save my mana to play that. This way I can scry. But the funny thing is, like, we're not close to being able to. I guess I should just start attacking, huh? Yeah, F it. Let's attack with both of those. See what he tries to do. I mean, he has to block here. Otherwise, he dies. Let's 2 go through. All right. And then what I'm going to do is before the end of my turn. No, never mind. What am I talking about? Keep that in your hand. I'll do it at the end of. I'll do it during his turn. Plays another one. Okay. See if he attacks with everything. He needs to save for blockers now, otherwise. Okay, there we go. Before the end of his turn, I'm gonna do this. We're gonna scry. The main reason I'm doing this is to scry for 1. That's actually good. Let's keep that on top. I can bounce back one of his creatures and force him to discard. I get to bounce something back. We're gonna bounce back a Lynx, Dinrova Horror, which we are going to play, bouncing back his Pyromancer and forcing him to discard a card. which will be one of the 2 Pyromancers that are now in his hand. And after much struggle and strife, we are now finally in a position where we are dominating. I was really concerned with some of the like he had 2 Rabble Masters in play, 2 Pyromancers, a ton of these 1/1s. There was a moment in time in this match where I was really concerned, but it looks like, I mean, I'm pretty confident at this point that this game is just ours. I can't imagine there's anything he could do to come back and win this at this point. So GG for me. And I can double tap, and then we win. We win. Okay, so we bounce this back, and then we go Frostlinks, tapping one of his creatures. Ugh, what is it? What are you doing? Unless he plays an instant right now to get another 1/1, he's gonna die. He's gonna shock. What is he shocking? Oh, it doesn't matter. He gets a 1/1, so he doesn't die right here. Shucks. Oh well. We're gonna play a Frostlinks. Tap another one of his 1/1s. And then we're gonna swing him with both of our creatures. He is forced to block both of them, otherwise he's dead. So he's gonna block 1/1, unless he's just giving up. And then next turn, we can Voyage's End and Frostlinks 2 of his creatures. So, actually no, he's still, yeah, he'll be dead. He's kind of screwed. He needs to draw an instant right here. Oh yeah, that's right, these guys remain tapped. So he's pretty much screwed no matter what. Yeah. Yeah, he's done. He's done. That's the game. What a crazy, crazy, insane match. I don't even... That was a lot of fun. It's... I don't know if it's my favorite deck ever. It's super slow. But it's cool to see this stuff go off at the very least. I don't know. Thanks, guys, so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode of Friday Night Magic. I'll see you guys next week for some more. Keep watching and keep owning.